Collinwood in the year 1897. The strange and terrifying events of that year remain a mystery to Barnabas Collins. He must unravel this mystery in order to save the life of a young boy in the present. Now, in the past, he must live by night, for day would claim him as a victim. But as he returns to the one place he thinks is safe, he finds terror there.
Take me with you. You're dead. Dead.
Oh, my God. Rachel. Who could have done this? There's only one person who could be monstrous enough. Angelique. Rachel, can you hear me?
Mr. Collins, where am I?
It's all right. You're in my house.
How did I get here? I don't remember coming here.
What do you remember?
I remember seeing you, and then I went out for a walk for some air.
Is that all?
Yes. Mr. Collins, what's happened? How did I get here?
I brought you here.
You?
Yes, I found you wandering in the woods. You seemed dazed, so I brought you here. When I brought you into this room, you collapsed in the chair and fainted.
Dear God. What's happened to me? What's wrong with me?
I don't believe anything's wrong with you.
How can you say that? First, I faint and I start to choke for no apparent reason, and then you find me wandering in the woods in a daze. What's happened to me?
Are you sure you remember absolutely nothing?
My mind is a blank.
You don't recollect seeing anyone in the woods?
Who would I have met?
I have no idea.
Mr. Collins, you know something that you're not telling me.
Of course not. I'm as puzzled about this as you are.
Oh, dear, I should go back to Collinwood. It's late.
Shall I take you back?
No, please. You've been so kind already. It's just a short way. I'm feeling fine now. Thank you.
Very late. Where were you?
I need your help more than ever. I'll pay you well.
You're in danger?
Yes. I'm an old and formidable enemy.
Who is it?
Do you have an amulet or some other device that could protect me against a witch?
A witch? Yes.
Give it to me.
If there is a witch here, I will need it for myself.
No, you won't. You are not in danger. But the governess at Collinwood is.
I don't understand. It is your enemy.
I don't have time to explain to you now. Just get me the amulet by sundown tonight. Is that clear?
All right, if you promise that if I need it, you will give it back to me.
Agreed. Now, there are two more things I want you to do. First, you must stay with me and guard me during the day.
Why?
So that no one will get near my coffin.
You mean the witch?
Yes. I don't know why she's here or how she got here.
Didn't you ask her?
I haven't seen her yet.
Well, then how do you know she's here?
She's very effectively made her presence known to me.
Who is she, and why is she after you?
Her name is Angelique. And she has one obsession, to destroy me.
Why?
Never mind. Now, tonight, I want you to go to Collinwood. And I want you to take your cards with you. Ask for Judith Collins.
Why, Judith? Judith hates us.
I think she'll show more interest when you've told her why you're there.
And why will I be there?
To tell her that you've seen a sign in your cards. A sign that may solve the mystery of the missing will.
The will? Do you know where it is?
Don't look so innocent, Magda. You know very well that Sandor had the will and was forging a copy of it for Quentin when I found it and took it from him.
And where did you put it?
I hid it somewhere in Collinwood. Now, you're to tell Judith where it is, but she is not to know that I had anything to do with it. She is to believe that you found the will through the magic of your cards.
Why are you willing to make me look so good?
Perhaps I have an innate fondness for gypsies who've fallen by hard times.
I don't believe that is the reason.
I'm doing you a favor, Magda. Don't ask questions. And don't entertain any thoughts of betraying me. You know what I can do.
Rachel? Oh. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine today.
Good. When I spoke to Mr. Collins this morning, he was still very concerned about what happened to you last night.
That was very kind of him, but he needn't have worried. It's such a lovely day, I'm anxious to take the children out for a walk after their lesson.
Fine. How are you getting on with them?
Oh, fine. Really, they're such lovely children. Just as Mr. Collins said they were. Although Jameson does tend to be a bit of a daydreamer.
That's because Quentin is back. He's always been a bad influence on Jameson. The boy is young and very impressionable. Quentin fancies himself as a ladies' man. He's been to sea and traveled everywhere. He fills the boy with stories of adventure and romance, none of which are probably true.
Well, what makes you think that?
Because I know him. Quentin never tells the truth to anyone else. Why would he tell it to Jameson? The boy believes everything he says and dreams of someday being like Quentin. Let's hope he wakes up and see before in time to see what a disaster that is.
Oh, good afternoon, Beth.
Good afternoon.
Oh, what a beautiful doll. Oh, where did you get it?
Yes, Beth. Where did you get it?
In one of the stores in the village. It just came in from Boston.
Oh, it's lovely. I'm sure Nora's going to adore it.
Nora?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get it for somebody else, Beth? I just assumed.
No, you're right. It is for Nora.
Beth, before you go upstairs, I'd like to have a word with you in the drawing room.
Yes, Miss Collins.
Beth, would you like me to take the doll up to Nora's room for you?
No, it's all right. I'll bring it up in a few minutes.
Have you lost your mind?
I'm sorry, Miss Collins.
Marching into the front door as though nothing were wrong?
I just didn't think.
You certainly didn't. Anyone could have been standing in the foyer. We do have a servants' entrance in this house.
Yes, I realize that.
It seems ridiculous to me that I have to remind you how careful you must be. You can't afford to be emotionally involved. You understand that?
I am not becoming emotionally involved.
Yes, you are. If you weren't, you wouldn't have been so careless.
Sorry, Miss Collins. It won't happen again. It's just that I felt sorry for her. She's so lonely.
Feeling sorry for her isn't part of your job. You know what your job is. If you can't do it without becoming involved, a change will have to be made. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss Collins.
Oh, Beth! Excuse me.
Yes?
Well, if you're not busy, I thought maybe you could help me with something.
What is it?
Well, how long have you worked here?
2 years.
Well, then you were here when Nora and Jameson's mother went away. Weren't you?
Yes?
Could you tell me something about her?
You know very well that I can't.
But you knew her, and...
You know as well as I do that Mrs. Collins is a forbidden subject.
Yes, I realize that, but I'm finding myself in a difficult position with the children. Well, I'm with them so much, and they talk about her now and then, and...
What do they say?
Well, they ask me whether or not she's coming back.
And what do you tell them?
Beth, I don't know what to tell them. I know so little about her.
That's the way Mr. Collins wants it.
But why?
He has his reasons.
Do you happen to know what they are?
If I did, I would not be able to tell you.
Could you at least tell me whether or not she may ever come back?
Even though she is still alive, Mr. Collins refers to her as the late Mrs. Collins. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I suppose it does. Beth, does anyone know where she is now?
No. No one knows. And I suggest that you forget about Mrs. Collins. Don't ask any more questions about her. If Mr. Collins learns that you're being curious, it could mean trouble for you. Don't worry. I won't tell him you questioned me.
Thank you, Beth.
Rachel, there's nothing wrong with being curious if it doesn't go too far and become embarrassing. Beth just gave you some very good advice. I hope you'll be wise and follow it.
Yes, I will.
What do you want?
I must see you. It is urgent.
You and your husband are no longer welcome in this house.
I think I will be when you know why I am here.
I know why you're here, to try to ingratiate yourself with me as you did with my grandmother. Well, you're wasting your time.
You're wrong. I am here to tell you where you can find your grandmother's will. Now, may I come in?
You have something up your sleeve, Gypsy. What is it?
Only the sign that I have seen in the cards.
Is that all? You can leave now.
You don't believe in the cards,
No.
do you? Yet you know they were right before, when they told of the arrival of the stranger.
That was a mere coincidence. The so-called stranger turned out to be a relative, Barnabas Collins. You probably ran into him in the village somewhere before you came out here to make your prediction.
I have seen a sign in the cards about your grandmother. If you will not hear it, then perhaps no one will ever find the will.
Wait. Tell me what you have to say.
The cards will tell you. sit beside me and watch carefully the arrangement of the cards.
The arrangement means nothing to me.
It will soon. Now, here we have the Queen, your grandmother. But the card is inverted. It represents your grandmother after death. Below the Queen, the Joker. On the side of the Queen, the Tower of Destruction. These 3 cards surround a single heart, the ace, protecting it from the outer circle of kings and knaves and fools.
You are making no sense whatsoever.
The explanation is simple. The Tower of Destruction is the room where your grandmother died. The secret is hidden in the heart of the room, safely hidden from all the members of the family. It is the will.
What is meant by the heart of the room?
The heart of the room is a book. A book that was very important to your grandmother. A very, very old book.
Book of the history of our family.
Yes. That is where you will find the will.
I will look in the family history book tonight.
And you will let me know if you find the will.
Don't worry. If there is a will, everyone will know soon enough.
Well, how did it go?
I was magnificent.
She suspected nothing?
Nothing. She is as greedy as the rest of the family.
Wait for me at the old house.
Oh, hello, Mr. Collins.
Good evening, Rachel.
Oh, let me take your cane.
No, I can only stay a moment. I came to give you something.
Oh,
I want you to wear this.
what is it?
Well, let's call it a good luck charm. If you wear it constantly, no harm will come to you. Now, I want you to put it on and keep it on.
You're quite serious, aren't you?
I couldn't be more serious. I've been very concerned for you.
Well, that's very kind of you, Mr. Collins.
If we're going to be friends, call me Barnabas.
All right. Barnabas. I'm not sure that this is going to keep me from fainting the way I did last night, but I appreciate the thought, and I'll wear it just for you.
Thank you. Well, now I must be going. Perhaps I'll see you tomorrow night if you have no other plans.
No, I don't.
Good. Then I look forward to it. And remember, don't remove the charm.
I won't, I promise. Good night, Barnabas.
Good night, Rachel.
Can't believe it. She said she'd take care of me, but I never imagined it would be anything like this. I'm in control now. Control of everything. And things are going to be very different in this house from this moment on.
Come in.
Oh, forgive me, Miss Collins, but may I speak to you for a moment?
What is it?
Well, I think I've said something that I shouldn't have to Nora.
What do you mean?
Well, you remember this afternoon when Beth came in with the doll and she said she was going to give it to Nora?
Yes.
Well, without thinking, I simply asked Nora how she liked her new doll, and she said that Beth hadn't given her a doll.
I see. Well, I'll speak to Beth and see that she gives the doll to Nora.
Jenny, it's Beth. I'm coming in now with a nice surprise for you.